What's going on, Chelsea fans? It's your boy Jay Jacks. Chelsea have gone to Villa Park and picked up a crucial 3 points in a game, let's face it, we were largely not convincing at all. We perhaps didn't deserve to come away with these 3 points. Villa missed chance after chance, but thanks to Mason Mount and thanks to Kepa Arrizabalaga, a man reborn, new form, Kepa, newly engaged. This is a new man, this is a man with much more confidence, and he saved us today. Unbelievable performance from Kepa Arrizabalaga. This is a game that I felt like we needed to win. This is a weakened Villa team. Steven Gerrard has not got Villa playing well, not playing good football. They are a team in disarray, and this was a team for the taking. Chelsea building momentum. This was a game that I felt like we could really go out there, stamp our authority. We're coming off the back of a convincing win last weekend in the Prem, 2 AC Milan wins, and this weakened Villa team should have been a walk in the park. I wanted 3 points, you wanted 3 points. I think Graham Potter was going there with 3 points, and this team that he set out, I think, was perhaps a little bit complacent, and that was the story of Chelsea's day. Complacency, passive, pedestrian performance from Chelsea for most of the game. Mason Mount got us out of trouble, and as well as Kepa Arrizabalaga, but largely we were not at the races today. We took our foot off the gas and we didn't put in a performance. And there are some players that really let us down today. Graham Potter obviously tried to rotate the team and, rest a few key players and try and experiment a bit more for this game. I felt like this was one of the first games we really saw Graham Potter shake things up. He played Cucurella and Ben Chilwell. Cucurella sort of as the left-sided centre-back. Ben Chilwell out wide. We had Chalobah. We had Thiago Silva. Defensively, I felt we were really overran, and there were players that really got skinned most of the game, and we weren't able to really take a hold and have any stability. Marc Cucurella was getting dragged all over in the first half. Like, defensively, I've said it before on this channel and I say it again, he's not convincing me. Defensively, I don't feel like he's astute. He is not the level of Ben Chilwell, who gives you that balance, can go forward and can defend well. He's a diligent defender. Marc Cucurella is not inspiring me, honestly. I haven't seen him play very well in a Chelsea shirt yet. He got pulled off at half time, and that was great to see that Graham Potter is identifying where we're getting it wrong, who's not playing, and making changes quickly. There's no favouritism, and you would think Graham Potter, playing with Marc Cucurella again at Chelsea, as he did with Brighton, got the best out of him at Brighton, was not afraid to pull him off at half time and steady the ship, and that is what happened. Azpilicueta and Koulibaly came on for Kai Havertz and Marc Cucurella, and we looked a lot more steady at the back. We didn't look drastically better, but there was definitely a lot more comfortability because Chilwell and Cucurella on the left-hand side were just sixes and sevens. They were finding so much joy down that side. We were just getting absolutely dragged. Tyrone Mings has already given Mason Mount his Christmas present this year. That was a complete gift for Mason Mount. A really poor header from Mings. Puts it on a plate for Mason Mount, who still needs to hit it first time, still needs to watch it drop. Very difficult skill to do, but we know Mason Mount, we know he's got that in his locker. We know he's got the ability to kill the ball first time, and given the form that he's in and the momentum that he has at the moment, I had no doubt in my mind that he was going to put that away. Douglas Luiz could have scored. Leon Bailey could have scored. The saves, the double saves, the triple saves by Kepa Arrizabalaga were mouth-watering. Absolutely fantastic display from Kepa, and I'm so pleased. I mean, it's been building game after game. He's been putting in solid performances, but today really was the cherry on top of the cake. Like, it was an outstanding performance from Kepa. Man of the match for me. Like, yes, Mason Mount bagged twice, but for me, Kepa Arrizabalaga kept us in that game. Had we conceded and it gone to 1-1 or we had gone behind, it would have been very likely we wouldn't have come away with the win today because we were poor. And Kepa has kept us in the game because it was too easy. Villa were able to create all these chances because they were able to find their way in the final third. Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek were just far too pedestrian for me today. They didn't impose themselves, they didn't make the challenges, they didn't make the tackles, and this was a game where you really felt like, the defensive-minded players like Jorginho and Kante perhaps were really missed because we had so many options going forward. Our midfield was almost completely catered, to creating chances and attacking, but defensively, there was something not right there, and although we had the 5 at the back, we got dragged. Second half comes around, Aubameyang comes off, who went missing throughout large portions of this game, didn't really create any opportunities for himself, really had laboured movement the whole game. And I think we're going to have to brace ourselves for these sort of performances from Aubameyang. Like, he is going to go missing, and he's not going to be someone we can rely on if we're not creating chances. Like, he needs to be given the ball on a plate, so to speak. He is going to be quite lethargic in his movement, and I think that was really the case today. Raheem Sterling, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz were making the most of it, and Aubameyang was sort of just floating around hoping for the ball to land his way, for him to tuck it away, which we know he can do, but you are not going to get a high octane performance from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And I feel like this was a game where I really noticed that, and we need to, despite Aubameyang's form, be realistic that he probably is going to do this again in the season. And we were very fortunate to go 2-0 up. Mason Mount free kick, sublime strike, wrong foot Emi Martinez, goes centre of the goal. Perhaps the keeper could have done a lot better, but it's the strike, it's the cleanness of the strike that Mason hits it, that it just completely wrong foot Emi Martinez. He's got no time to cover ground, and it nestles in the back of the net. And Chelsea going 2-0 up was really the grace that we needed. It wouldn't have been surprising if Aston Villa were able to nick one back with the scoreline being 1-0. I think they were far more up for it. But going 2-0 down, we definitely killed their confidence, killed the game. Conor Gallagher, Jorginho coming on, we were able to, wrestle the ball in the middle, retain possession better, disrupt any of their attacking play, nullify any of their threats, and we looked a lot more stable, and we saw the game out at the end of the day. We probably could have wrapped it up with Raheem Sterling towards the end, who was lively, did his bit, can be frustrating at times, but I thought we had a pretty solid performance. For me, it was a win that we're fortunate to come away with, especially seeing as Man United have dropped points, Arsenal, who look like they've probably snatched it, and Tottenham picked up their 3 points yesterday. So we maintain this momentum, we keep picking up 3 points, we're not losing track on the leaders of the pack, and it's a big, big win, despite a really poor performance in my eyes, and I'm sure Graham Potter will not be pleased. Kepa Arrizabalaga, for me, was the man of the match. He kept us in the game. At 1-0, we were looking extremely frail, and it was Kepa who kept us in that game, made the big saves, made the triple saves that allowed us to get a bit of fortune and for Mason Mount to score that free kick. And at 2-0, we looked much more comfortable. The game was dead from Villa's perspective. They lost all their fight and we were able to see it out. But to me, it was Kepa Arrizabalaga that was the difference in this game. Mason Mount continues his fine form. He scores another. It's a brilliant goal. The first one, he takes it so well. The second one is brilliant. Absolute exquisite strike. And this is a man in form. He's playing the football that we know Mason Mount can play. We know how sharp he is. We know he's a fantastic finisher. His first touch is immense. He's always on the half turn, creating opportunities, always looking to attack. And the form continues. We've been singing Mason Mount's praises so much in these past few weeks. And this is another great performance from him. He picks up 2 goals. After losing Reece James, is the man we rely on. The man that we need to sort of drag us through these games when we're not playing well. Conor Gallagher today for me was also brilliant. I've got to sing his praises. He comes on and he really takes hold of this game and dictates the play. He completely nullified a lot of Villa's build-up. He was able to retain possession. He's constantly pressing, and I'm really pleased with this Gallagher performance. He's growing in momentum, and this is a player that we always had high expectations for, especially after that fantastic season at Palace last year. This was another brilliant performance from Conor Gallagher. Guys, we come away with the 3 points, an unconvincing win, we have to be honest. But I want to know what you think. What was the reason it went so wrong today? Why were we unable to dominate this game? Aston Villa are not a team playing well, but why were we unable to impose ourselves on them? What was it? Was it the formation, the very creative formation that Graham Potter decided to field today? Was it players not doing their jobs, unconvincing performances? Am I being too harsh, dragging Marco Correa under the bus so much? For me, he was poor. But I want to know what you guys think. Please like the video if you did. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to build here. I'm trying to do more videos, and to see your support definitely really helps. But yeah, please leave a line in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one in a bit.